Hi, I hope you're good. I hope you're well. I'm Aaliyah. Hi. I'm a bit sick right now, so if I sound like I'm sick, it's because I am sick, okay? So don't question me about it. So, if this is your first time here, hi, I talk all about mindset, manifestation, your brain, okay? How to help you become the best version of yourself, because that's what I want for everyone. I want to help people. This is what this channel is for. So if you have anything that you want me to talk about, please do comment it. Please let me know about your stories. Please let me know about what you want me to talk about, because I love engaging with you guys, and that's all I really want from you. So today's video is going to be my last part to the technique series. This specific thing is not necessarily a technique, but it's a way to aid your techniques and to aid you to be a better person. Okay, so I need you to definitely listen to this. If you feel like your life is going to shit, if you feel like your life is, you're constantly anxious, you're constantly depressed, you find yourself in ruts a lot, you're bored a lot, you don't know what to do with your life, you find yourself that you can't do the normal things that you do in life, you have no motivation, no aspiration to do anything, listen to me, because this is probably what is stopping you. So stay to the end, listen to what I say and apply what I say, and I guarantee you, try it for at least a week and see how much your life has changed, and let me know down below how much it has changed your life. So, nervous system regulation. This is a term that is thrown around in the science community and in the manifestation community quite a lot. And if it's not, you're watching the wrong creator, because they're just talking all this shit and they're not telling you the problem that you might be facing. Like I mentioned, if you are depressed and anxious, sad, happy, whatever the situation is, you need to always regulate your nervous system. So you see those people that just do cold plunges, that's regulating your nervous system. Because why? It puts your body into shock. It does this to your body and your body wakes up and it relaxes instantaneously after that. Because the pain, the stress, the coldness that you're about to experience weighs a lot more in that moment than the thoughts that you're having in your head, and it completely stops it. That's what you want to do. Cold plunges, I personally don't do that, okay? It's cold enough here in the UK. I don't need to be doing all of that stuff, okay? But cold showers is a great alternative if you want to do that. But for me today, I'm going to talk about the two things that I have knowledge on and what I have used that have helped me, and they are breathwork and EFT. So I want to talk them in one video because they're basically the same thing, but they're under the same umbrella. So I don't want to waste time and make two videos on it when I can just give you one video about it. So let's start off with breathwork. Breathwork is essentially rhythmic breathing. Just to understand a little bit of science behind what your nervous system is, you have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is essentially your fight or flight response, and your parasympathetic nervous system is what relaxes your fight or flight response. When you are in a sympathetic state of mind or sympathetic nervous system aspect of your day or night or a week, let's just say, your body is in the state of fight or flight. If we think about ourselves as if we are innate creatures that are back in the wild where we have to hunt creatures, right? If you believe in evolution, me personally, I don't, but let's just take this as an example right now. If we believe in evolution and we are now outside being chased by a tiger, our body needs to go into a mode of adrenaline. It's constantly in a state of adrenaline, so we don't feel pain. We can constantly keep going, but eventually once that fear is removed, our body literally goes into shock. It relaxes very rapidly and you get exhausted. You reach what we now call as burnout, right? And you don't want to reach burnout, because burnout can last a day, 2 days, a week, a month, a year. It can last however long you want it to last, but it's not a positive burnout. Burnout is not good, right? Because essentially what you have done is you've run the rails, the tires have gone right to the alloys, and you can't use that car anymore. You have to rebuild it, right? You have to invest in yourself again. So you're basically starting at point zero again. When you understand what the parasympathetic nervous system does, is when it relaxes the nervous system, right? Relaxes that fight or flight response. You can essentially get yourself to a state where you are now relaxed. This is something that you can consciously do on a day-to-day basis, and it's a mindfulness practice. And this will basically help you. No matter if you, on that day, you feel like you're in a fight or flight response, no matter how menial the sympathetic response is, how big that fight or flight response is, or how small it is, you want to get yourself back into a parasympathetic nervous system state again and again and again, as much as you can throughout the day or throughout the week, so you're on top of it, so you don't reach yourself to a point where you are now burnt out, because that's not positive, like I said. So breath work in and of itself is rhythmic breathing, like I mentioned. It's breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth with your diaphragm completely open, and you breathe in a specific pattern for as long as you want to. You can do it for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however you want, and it's in a rhythmic pattern. So you might have times within that process where you stop and you breathe in and you hold your breath for 30 seconds, or you breathe out and hold your breath for 30 seconds. But if you want to do some breath work, I would recommend a creator called Wim Hof. It's WIM space HOF. Okay, watch Wim Hof. He is incredible. He has certain videos on there that basically will tell you how to do the breath work, and he will go through it with you. It's literally a step-by-step process, and he will show you how to do it. It will tell you when to breathe in, breathe out, and how quickly and fast to do it, and when to hold your breath, and how to release your breath, and how to hold it then as well. Essentially, what happens when you're doing this, your heart, you will feel as if it's going out of your chest, because you're breathing a lot faster. It's as if you are running, right? But then you start feeling really, really cold. Your body starts going through these very physical changes. You might start sweating. You might start getting very warm or very cold. You might start yawning randomly. You might start getting very, very tired. These physical responses are your body releasing that fight or flight response. So at the end of this specific breathwork technique, you're going to reach a point where you're going to feel as if you have just done a full-on workout. And at this point, you might take a nap. I can't lie to you. The amount of times I've done breathwork and I've taken a nap is crazy, right? Because that's how relaxed it's made me feel. But what it does do, especially after I've had a stressful day, or I'm doing an exam, or I feel like my brain is running at 50 miles per hour and I do some breathwork, it really, truly calms my body, my mind, my soul down to the most quietest, relaxing level. And when you're at that point, it's very similar to what I was saying in my previous video about building a foundation. Especially if you are manifesting something and you have a lot of resistance to it. This also links back to my previous video, right, about resistance. If you have a lot of resistance to something, or if you have a lot of doubt surrounding a specific goal or desire, or specific things surrounding yourself, you're gonna get a lot of thoughts, babe. You're gonna get a lot of thoughts about doubts, about things that are popped up in the past, about experiences that you felt, but you can't let those override the new situation and the new life that you're about to live. So you need to understand that when you do feel these things, it's okay to feel very, very overwhelmed with the new information that your brain is now being told. But you also have to understand that you can't constantly be in a fight or flight, because eventually you're going to reach a point where you're exhausted and you're just going to stop doing everything. And that takes away from consistency, persistency, and also tackling the actual beliefs that you want to go through, right? At the end of the day, when you are at this point in life, and you do feel like you're very, very stressed out about the things that are going on, do some breath work. Just see it through. Literally after this video, go on Wim Hof's channel and do a breathwork exercise. It will take 10 minutes. And I guarantee you, let me know how it feels afterwards. Come back on this video and let me know how it feels. But it's just a great way to induce your parasympathetic nervous system, and a great way to induce that so you can feel very, very calm. And then after that, you can start adding on your new affirmation, your new thoughts. You can talk to yourself, you can cry your eyes out, you can do whatever you need to do, because at that point you have cleared all the doubts, and you can now build it on this very nice soft base that is as hard as rock now, right? And you can build upon it your new beliefs. You might have to do this every day, maybe 3 times a day. If it's 5 times a day, so be it. If it's 10 times a day, so be it. If you have to do it every moment of the day, so be it. Okay? But eventually you'll reach a point where those doubts aren't as loud anymore, so you might not need to do it as much, or those doubts don't even exist. So you might just do this as a daily practice just to get yourself to a point where you are now relaxed. Okay? Another one. Teacher Khaled. Another nervous system technique that I would say is very, very good, that I use very, very regularly, is EFT tapping. So there is a lot of creators on here that also show you how to do EFT. I will probably make another in-depth video about this because I love EFT tapping. But essentially what it is when you're doing a technique and you're tapping your meridian points on your body. And I'll show you what they are. So you tap your head, you tap right here on your forehead, on the temple, under your eye, on the top of your nose, on your chin, on your collarbone, and right under your armpit. And you keep on doing that. Essentially what this does, it gives your brain something to do, so you're consciously doing something, but you can also affirm and release the thoughts that you're having in your brain. So I'll give you an example of what I would do. when I am going through something very, very stressful and I'm thinking, oh, like, this exam is coming up. I don't know if I revised enough. I'm really, really nervous. I don't know how I'm going to pass this. I don't even know if I'm going to know all the answers. I don't even know if I'm going to have all the quotations. What am I going to do? Right? And I feel myself getting very, very stressed out. I will sit here and I will breathe for at least 30 seconds. So I will do some inhales and exhales like this, like, and I will then start affirming on my points, right? The thoughts that I'm having currently. So I will be, I don't know what I'm going to do with this exam. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm going to know the exam. I don't know if I'm going to know the answers. I don't know if I've got all the information. I don't know if I've revised enough. What if I fail? What if I fail, then I'm not going to pass this year? What X, Y, Z, this, that. This is all the bad things that are happening in my life. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm really, really scared. X, Y, Z. And once all of those thoughts are now out and I've tapped them all over my body, I will then say to myself that I'm going to release them. And I'll do this for at least 4 or 5 times around, right? So I'll be like, I release all these emotions. I release the emotion of me being fearful. I release knowing that I've not revised. Or I release thinking that I'm not going to pass. Or I release knowing that I don't know what the answer to the questions are. I'm going to release knowing that this exam is going to be hard for me. And I will say this all over my body completely for a good 30 seconds. Now, after this, I'm going to go into my new affirmations. So instead of the old things that I was now saying, which is in point B, right, state of being, I'm going to go into point B. Well, point A, I'm going to go to point B of state of being, right? And I'm going to start telling myself, Aaliyah, this exam is going to be so easy. Like, you don't even know how smart you are. Like, I'm so smart. I'm so intelligent. I've done all the exams. I've done all the tests that I've needed to do. I've already passed all of those. So I know for a fact that I'm going to pass this one specifically. I know that I'm going to have all the answers. And if I don't have the answers, I know that I'm going to still be able to get the marks that I want. So if that's the case, if that's what's going to happen in life, then I have nothing else to worry about. And I'll continue going around that, telling myself my new affirmations until I feel better. Once I have then completed it, I will do some more breaths and I will probably feel better. And that's not me just saying I'm feeling better just superficially. I will genuinely internally feel better. My mind will be feeling better. I'll be feeling more clearer. I will know what I need to do because I've now addressed the beliefs that I've had that are stressing me out, that are causing me resistance, that are giving me doubts. And then I can kind of come back into myself with my new beliefs and the new state of being that I'm now in. And I've reaffirmed them. So in that process, when I have just reaffirmed the beliefs that I'm having in that old state of being, the negative ones, I have looked at the base and seen how crumbly it is. When I've released them, I've said, go away. So all the crumbly bits are now off. And then on top of that, I'll start building, right? I'll start building my new affirmations on top of it, on top of it, on top of it, on top of it. Because now I've got a good base. It's clean. It's not jaggedy. It's not uneven. It's straight. It's solid. And now I can build my new affirmations on top of that of what I actually want the desire to be. So that's what EFT is. You can use EFT for absolutely anything, but you can use that same exact process that I've just told you to do it on those other ones, right? And essentially, nervous system regulation just really calms you down. That's the most important part. Like, any time that my life has somewhat seemingly been very, very stressful, I have always done some EFT and it's really, really helped me. Like, no matter what, it's always helped me. It's always got me to a state of being where I feel better or I feel less stressed and I can think clearer, right? And that's essentially what you want to do, especially if you're going on this manifestation journey or in your goal journey or in your attainability journey, right? You want to relax those thoughts and relax yourself so you can think clearly. You can focus on what you want because wherever you put your attention, it grows. So if you're putting your attention on all the disgusting, negative, self-deprecating thoughts, that's all you're going to see more of. But if you can take the time out and EFT tap or do some breath work or do some nervous system regulation, whichever modes that they might be, even if it's a cold shower or cold plunge, whatever it is, if you take the time out to do that, you then realize how effective that will be instead of just feeling stressed and then straight ahead going to, I'm rich, I'm powerful, I got thousands of clients and thousands of money and all this. Because essentially what you're doing is just building on top of a cracked foundation and it's just going to seep through. it's just going to seep through. It might help you for a momentary basis, but really and truly, is it going to help you in the long run? Probably not. So do some nervous system regulation. It will eventually decrease, but do it as much as you want to. So just a final note on this. Anyone search up on YouTube how to do EFT, you will learn how to do it. If you want to learn from me specifically, please comment down below because I'll probably make another video on this. The second thing about breathwork, watch Wim Hof, okay? I'm not that well trained or well versed in breathwork, but Wim Hof is, and he has amazing, incredible videos on what it does, how it works, the science behind it, and how it helps your body. But just try it out and let me know how it feels. And yeah, hopefully this helps you. This will help you in all aspects of life. This video has been slightly longer, but hopefully this video will help you a lot, especially in when you want to get things in life, especially when you're just stressed out, especially when you're just like stressed out or anxious or depressed or anything, right? You want to be able to just get yourself back to homeostasis, and homeostasis being a state of calm, of relax, of happiness, of just content, right? And the only way you can do that is to regulate your nervous system. So I hope you got some good tidbits from here, and I will see you very, very soon.